WWE Elimination Chamber took place tonight in Toronto, Ontario, Canada from the Rogers Centre. However, most wrestling fans refer to this venue as the Sky Dome, as it's hosted 2 WrestleManias in the past, 6 and 18. Now, I have to say, the official theme song for Elimination Chamber was called New Way Out, and that's pretty fitting because this event in February used to always be called No Way Out, which is actually perfect for Elimination Chamber match. But in 2010, they officially just started calling it the Elimination Chamber. But New Way Out fits well, and of course, the song is performed by Poppy. It's too bad she could not play Io Sky to the ring. Old school NXT fans from the Black and Gold era really are going to understand that reference. So I really didn't want to watch much of the pre-show. I just can't stand that loser radio host who is shoved down our throats. He's the reason why I don't plan on watching WWE Evolve, which starts this Wednesday. I really don't have any interest because of him. However, I really do like Jackie Redmond and Kathy Kelly. I'm a fan of both of them. I'm sure both of them did well on the pre-show. I saw some clips, and that was good. I can't sit through the whole thing. Now, the official PLE starts off, and we get a really cool shot of Toronto where we see the CN Tower, no pun intended, but it was towering over the Sky Dome, now known as the Rogers Centre, which gave a really cool visual to start us off. And when we see wrestlers coming into the stadium, the ones we see first coming in are Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Damien, Seth Rollins, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and CM Punk. Then we get to see the chamber coming down, and we get that music before our opening match, which is the Women's Elimination Chamber. Then we get the opening video package. A bit too many video packages, I have to say. A little bit too much on that, but that was the opener. And then we had the first matchup, which was the Women's Chamber. The first person who makes her entrance is Alexa Bliss, who got another good pop. Obviously, it's not the extent as it was at the Royal Rumble. That was her big return. However, it was still a bigger pop than really most of the other women got. Alexa was the first ever woman to enter the Elimination Chamber structure in 2018, and she won that match. Unfortunately for her, there was no swing set. It's attached to one of the pods again, but she made an entrance regardless, and she was fairly over here, I thought, especially compared to some other women who really didn't get much of a reaction. Roxanne Perez came out next, so she went into the chamber and she began staring down Alexa Bliss. She's still upset from the Sister Abigail DDT she got on SmackDown last night. Next is Bayley, and she's out, and like Alexa, she also has history in this chamber. The announcers mentioned that she won the inaugural tag team titles in 2019 with her partner, the Boss, Sasha Banks. Someone who I haven't mentioned in a while, but one day you will see her back in the WWE. It's only a matter of when, not if. Next was Bianca Belair, and she's wearing this all-white outfit. And, of course, she was my pick going in, which I think she was everyone's pick, especially what happened on Monday with her and Naomi losing the tag team titles to Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Liv is out last, and, Liv was out fifth, actually. And she's not accompanied by Raquel, which was interesting. I thought Raquel would be there, but they revealed that she's been in a record 6 Elimination Chamber matches. And when she enters, she basically holds up her title and rubs it in Bianca's face that she won the belt from her and Naomi on Monday. Naomi's the last one to make her entrance, and we're starting off with Liv Morgan and Naomi. Well, so we thought, actually. Then we have a huge, shocking entrance, a shocking return. It's Jade Cargill. She's back, and man, she's looking mean. She walked in with a purpose. She's marching to the chamber and looks like she's going to kill Liv Morgan. She's going to rip her apart. Liv is scared to death. Instead, she goes after Naomi and she destroys Naomi. And Naomi gets smashed through multiple pods. one of the pods. I know it was Alexa's. I thought it would have been more effective for her to smash Naomi into Bianca's pod. And Bianca, I have to say, sold this great because she has the look on her face of just total devastation. Her heart is breaking for Naomi. She's shocked. She doesn't know what's going on. She sold us great. Then eventually, after she gets smashed as the pods, Bianca takes Naomi, puts her head in between the door, and basically rams the door into Naomi. It didn't really have this effect. I mean, it would have killed her. But she destroys her, and Naomi is taken out of the match. She's put on a stretcher, and she is no longer able to continue, so she gets eliminated by Jade. Then Bianca comes out, and she's wrestling with Liv, and the match was a little bit slow, I have to say. After that, Roxanne and Perez is coming out next. She gets a really cool side Russian leg sweep onto Bianca into the chains of the chamber. That looked pretty cool. Bayley's out next. She immediately brawls with Roxanne Perez. They have basically a cool fight in the pod where Bayley smashes her multiple times into the pod. The last woman out is Alexa Bliss. Fiend Alexa Bliss, not Goddess Alexa Bliss, but she's out last, and she comes in, and she's in her, you can tell the role she's playing, the way she's moving. She's a spooky, scary Alexa. So the first elimination after Naomi was Liv eliminating Bayley. She pinned her with her finisher, the Oblivion. I was surprised. I thought Bayley would last a little bit longer, but Bayley goes out first. Then it's a really awesome spot where Bianca and Liv are on top of a pod, and Bianca just takes her hair braid and she fucking whips Liv. It was scary. It was a loud sound, and Liv falls to the ground, and Bianca jumps from the pod, and she takes out Liv, Roxanne, and Alexa, like wipes them all out. Awesome spot. But my God, that was nasty. When we get in the ring, they change finishers. Eventually, Roxanne is on the ground, and Alexa hits the Twisted Bliss onto Roxanne and eliminates her. So Alexa has now gone the best of Roxanne for a while. She laid her out on SmackDown with the Sister Abigail DDT after Roxanne won the 6-woman tag, and now she eliminates her from the chamber with the Twisted Bliss. I was thinking for sure what happened on SmackDown. Roxanne was going to eliminate Alexa for revenge for the DDT. Then Bayley would eliminate Roxanne because she got pinned by Roxanne. That did not happen. Also, I have to say there was a really cool Tower of Doom spot where Alexa took the superplex, and someone else, I think it might have been Bianca, took the power bomb. But that was a cool spot. Then you had Liv Morgan eliminate Alexa Bliss, and she eliminates her now for the second consecutive PLE. Remember, her and Raquel took out Bliss at the Royal Rumble, and now Liv pins Bliss at the Elimination Chamber. Makes you think that's their feud. Maybe Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And you can have other women involved in that match as well. Maybe a multi-person women's tag team match. But looks like Liv and Alexa will feud in some way. So at the end, it came down to the two women who we all thought would be at the end, Liv and Bianca. They have a really cool brawl. There's a couple good spots here. They're really awesome. So there's a hair braid spot where Bianca is basically trapped outside of the ring in the chamber, and Liv grabs Bianca and uses her as a whiplash where she keeps sending her back and forth onto the ropes and into the chains, and it looks really cool. And there was another cool spot where Bianca has Liv on her in a powerbomb position, but almost in a hurricanrana position where Liv is hanging, and Bianca has full control over her body, and Bianca just smashes her onto the chains and onto the pod repeatedly. Basically, Liv is stuck in between a rock and a hard place. That was cool. Once they get in the ring, Bianca eventually finishes off Liv with the KOD. She wins the match, and she is off to WrestleMania. As Bianca celebrates, she's up the ramp, or there's no ramp actually. She's basically at the stage. Rhea Ripley appears behind Bianca Belair. She raises up her title, and they're having a stare down. Then out comes Io Sky, who also joins in, and of course they hype up Rhea and Io on Raw. Doesn't look good for Io Sky. I'm an Io Sky fan, and yeah. I have to say, if Liv won, I thought Io was definitely getting into the match at WrestleMania. Now that Bianca won, I don't like her chances. She's probably going to lose on Monday. They do a whole bunch of breaks, some commercials, and they do highlights of Trish Stratus' final match, and they actually show the highlights. This was supposed to be her final match. She's had numerous matches since. She's had, I think, multiple retirements. But her first official retirement, when she really retired from being a full-time active performer in 2006, it was that classic great retirement, her initial retirement when she faced Lita at Unforgiven 2006, and she defeated her by putting her in a sharpshooter, winning the belt, and retiring as Women's Champion. That was a cool spot, so I'm glad they got to show that again. Then we had Tiffany and Trish against Nia and Candice. Nia and Candice are hated, or I shouldn't say they're hated. Nia's hated. Candice is just with her. She's just her sidekick. Trish gets a decent pop when she returns, and Tiffy comes out as well. So basically, Trish was wearing Maple Leafs gear. Tiffany was wearing Blue Jays themed gear. Nia slows down the match. She's boring. This is just a SmackDown match. It didn't need to be on the show. I know Trish probably just wanted to be on the show. She wants to wrestle in Toronto at the Rogers Center, so I get that. And it's fine having Trish give the rub to Tiffy, but I don't know. I thought the match was like a SmackDown type match. It was totally forgettable. Of all the matches, it's easily the weakest, but high bar. A lot of good matches on the show. Trish hits Stratus from the top rope onto Nia. Then Tiffy hits the prettiest moonsault ever onto Nia, gets the win, and they celebrate. Trishy and Tiffy, their time comes tonight as they win. And I don't care about Travis Scott. They showed him arriving, and he played a part later on. They show other celebrities in the crowd who I don't care. They freeze on the Toronto skyline for a while. Then we see Drew McIntyre, Damien Priest, Seth Rollins backstage. We get a video package of The Rock. And I assume, all right, now we're going to get the Rock Cody segment. No, that's not what happened. They announced there's 38,493 people at the Rogers Center. And then we get the unsanctioned match. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Sami's out first to a big pop. Kevin's out next. They like him too. So basically, the announcers brought up that Kevin beat John Cena 10 years ago at this event at the Elimination Chamber in 2015. But that chamber was in the summer, I remember it. But that's when he got that big win. I think that was his first ever PLE on the main roster. Lights are dim for this match. The turnbuckles are all black, so it's WWE has no... It's a match in WWE, but they're not responsible for it. That's what it is. So, that's their step. You had a really good fight here. Sami starts by hitting Kevin with a chair. They introduce a hockey stick. They both use it for a while. We also get two tables stacked up on the outside. They fight in the crowd. Sami beats him up with the trash can. Then he basically slams Kevin through two tables through the crowd. One of them was filled with like waters and a whole bunch of bottles and some glass. That looked pretty dangerous. He also uses a trash can lid onto Kevin. Back in the ring, Kevin turns the match around when he shoves Sami off the top rope, causing him to basically somersault, and he crashes through the two tables that were stacked onto the outside. That was a good spot. A chair is introduced. There was actually multiple chairs in the ring. Sami hits first I think Kevin hit a sidewalk slam onto Sami through the chair that bent it, and then Sami got the upper hand when he hit a really great suplex onto Kevin, and basically he went through the chair, and the chair was basically mangled earlier, but now it's just totally crushed. That was an awesome spot. Then you have another table being set up in the ring, and Sami's ready for a superplex, but Kevin reverses into a Fisher Buster suplex from the top rope. Sami crashes through the table. That was a sick spot. At that point, man, each of them took nasty bumps. The back suplex Sami hit onto Kevin through the chair, and then the Fisher Buster suplex Kevin hit onto Sami through the table. Those are the nasty spots. However, we were far from done. Sami introduces a barbed wire wrapped chair from the under the ring. Who would take a chair, wrap it up with barbed wire, and leave it under the ring? Who would do that? Anyway, Sami brings it into the ring. He hits Kevin twice in the back. I thought he hit him in the face, or at least mangle his face a bit so we'd see blood, but I understand why there was not blood. Looking back, when you watch the whole show play out, yeah, it wasn't a good idea to have blood right here. But they did use the barbed wire, and he hit him twice, and then he suplexes Kevin onto it, and how he did it was, there was Twitter chairs. Sami basically set up 2 chairs as you'd sit down. He put the barbed wire on top of them, and he's basically using it as like a platform, and then he takes to make the barbed wire chair more deadly than it even is, and he hits a really cool blue thunder bomb onto it, and wow, that looked nasty. I don't know if it's called blue thunder bomb. That suplex into a power bomb thing he does. He hits Kevin onto it, and it looked nasty. There's multiple referees bombs. I think Sami hit one of the refs by accident with a hula kick. Kevin took out Lil Nage, Charles Robinson, and then they eventually get to the outside. Security's trying to stop it. Kevin turns around when he gets the upper hand. He hits a powerbomb onto the apron, and then he hits a second one. That's how he really crushes him. That kind of reminded me of their NXT match. I think it was the TakeOver match at Rival, when Kevin won with the power bombs onto the outside, or it could have been the Unstoppable one where he hit the power bomb onto the apron. That looked really nasty. But that's how the rivalry started in NXT. Of course, the rivalry started far longer before that. They had a whole bunch of matches in ROH, but eventually Kevin got the win here. I thought initially when it ended, I thought if they had blood, it would have been even better, but the whole show in retrospective, it was a good idea not to have blood. But yeah, the match was awesome. Kevin's about to destroy Sami, end his career. He goes back and he's ready to pile drive Sami onto the concrete. And then all of a sudden, Randy Orton makes his triumphant return. He gets a huge pop. He's going right after Kevin. Kevin's scared. He cowers in the ring. Randy hits an RKO onto Kevin. And then he's about to finish Kevin, destroy him when he hits that great bunt, that punt he never does anymore. He's getting ready. He's in the corner, and he's going to kick Kevin right in the head, destroy him. And then a whole bunch of security guards intercept Randy, and Kevin retreats. After that, Randy looks at the security guards, and he gives 4 of them each RKOs, which gets huge pop from the crowd. So, Michael Cole, when talking about this, he said that Evolution turned on Randy Orton in the Sky Dome. He was trying to make the point that Randy Orton had history here. I have to say, that comment by Michael Cole was fucking bullshit. You want to know why? I know that Evolution did not turn on Randy Orton in Toronto in the Sky Dome. He probably thinks that because SummerSlam 04 took place in Toronto. It was not even in the stadium, it was in the arena. But he thinks that they turned on him the next night in London, not London, England, but London, Ontario, Canada. You want to know why, Michael Cole? I know that. I was there. Young me. I was watching Raw in London. I saw Evolution turn on Randy Orton. So they do a preview of Stephanie McMahon's new show. She has Pat McAfee as a guest. They show Logan Paul backstage, and they show CM Punk. The men's Elimination Chamber is lowered, and right when I saw it, I thought, what the fuck? Why does The Rock have to go on last? It's a fucking segment. That was my initial thoughts. I wrote that down. Yeah, makes much more sense now. So we get the men's chamber match. Winner faces Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Logan Paul's out first. He gets heat. He was waving the American flag to get more heat from the Canadian crowd. Next is Damien Priest. He doesn't get much of a pop. A little bit disappointing for him. CM Punk's out next. Gets a big pop. John Cena comes out. Gets the monster pop. One of his last babyface pops, I fear. Drew McIntyre's out next. And then Seth comes out last. Drew and Seth are starting the match. Drew smashed Seth's head into the pod in front of Punk. Punk enjoys it. He likes seeing Drew and Seth destroy each other. Next in is Damien Priest. Match is pretty slow, I have to say, to start. Logan Paul's in next, and I hate the new Chamber countdown, where they play random music. They don't use the spotlight anymore when they just go through. They would use the spotlight where they would highlight each pod, and then whoever gets in, they would do the buzzer. And here it's just they just play this weird music. It's almost like random game show music, and then whoever it is, they highlight it. That really sucked. I missed the old one. Cena's in next. He cleans house. He's destroying everyone, and he gets hit with a claymore. He gets taken out, and then all of a sudden, Damien Priest does a crucifix roll up onto Drew McIntyre and eliminates him. Shock elimination. I was a little bit disappointed that Drew got eliminated so early. I thought he'd come down a little bit later in the end, so it kind of sucked to see him go out this way. I assume it's Drew and Priest, and I have to say, all those fucking dirt sheets who had Drew McIntyre reporting there's internal changes in the WWE. John Cena's not going to win this match. It's going to be Drew McIntyre. And I even hear that there's people who actually charge people subscription to reporting that. Guys, stop giving these fucking losers your money. They're a bunch of fucking scam artists. Anyway, Drew came back in, hits a claymore onto Damien Priest, takes him out, and then Logan Paul goes to the top, and he's on the top rope, and he goes to the top of the chamber. This is where Punk is, so Punk watches. Logan jumps from the top of the chamber onto Damien Priest, hits a frog splash, and eliminates Damien Priest. CM Punk's in last. We got a really cool stare down with John Cena and CM Punk. Gives you that 2011 nostalgia. And then you had CM Punk eliminate Jake Paul with the GTS. He gets his revenge for the Rumble. And then you had a really cool spot where John Cena and CM Punk hit a heart attack, the classic Heart Foundation finisher, onto Seth Rollins. And then Cena and Punk basically have an impromptu match. They're using so much of the same spots I can remember watching during their classic, legendary Money in the Bank 2011 match, which that was the classic in Chicago where Punk won and left with the WWE title. There was a lot of callbacks to that. They were going back and forth, and they were doing a lot of the same counters that they did back then. And then Punk and Cena basically team up to eliminate Seth. Punk hits a GTS onto Seth, and Cena hits the AA. Then Punk pins Seth again. Seth's eliminated, and it's Punk and Cena. They're going back and forth. Eventually what happens is Punk's head is basically on the outside, and Seth sneaks back in the chamber and hits a curb stomp onto CM Punk. So Punk's destroyed. And then John Cena, acting very opportunish, very heelish, drags CM Punk into the ring, puts him in the STF. Punk's basically been destroyed from the curb stomp, and he's unable to respond. And basically, he's at submit, but he passes out from the STF. John Cena wins the Elimination Chamber. And basically kind of a heelish way, I thought. That was weird. And he's going to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. So, after that, he's celebrating to show the highlights of the match. Cody Rhodes music hits. And when he first comes in initially, he is very friendly with John Cena. Cena's very friendly to him. They shake hands. They point at the WrestleMania sign. It's like, yeah, hey, two great babyfaces meet at WrestleMania. Then, the Rock's music hits, and he's accompanied by Travis Scott, who's smoking a blunt. He gets into the ring, and Cena's staying in the ring. And right when I saw that, I thought, oh, man, they're going to do this. There's two possibilities that I thought would happen. Either one, which is what I thought could happen, Rock makes an impromptu match with him and Cena. Cena must defend his WrestleMania opportunity against Sam. Rock wins, and he faces Cody at Mania. I thought that could happen. Well, obviously it didn't. Or the second one I thought, which was more likely, Cena's turning heel. And he's going to basically take the Rock's offer and sell his soul to the Rock. And that's basically what happened. So how it played out was Rock goes to Cody, wants to know his answer. Cody says, I sold my soul to the fans. And he tells The Rock, go fuck yourself. They didn't bleep it out. He said, go fuck yourself to The Rock. Rock is shocked. Fans are going nuts. Cody's super over. And then he's shaking John Cena's hand. And then he hugs him. And right when he saw that, you saw John Cena's face immediately turn. And The Rock makes a motion to Cena. He does the cutthroat symbol. And he's basically like a giant mafia boss. John Cena kicks Cody Rhodes in the balls. John Cena's heel. I cannot believe it. They did it. It happened. It all happened. What followed that was just a beatdown of Cody. Cena hit Cody in the head with the watch, a golden watch, and he hit him in the head with the microphone, and he hit him in the head with the championship belt. Cody's busted open. His whole suit's been torn off by Cena. And what happened next with Travis Scott's ridiculous. Travis Scott's, why did he have to fucking beat her? Just let him sing to go with the Rock out. He didn't need to be in the ring. And he's and jumping on the beatdown of Cody. He's doing this thing where he's trying to hold Cody's arm. And it looks stupid because he's trying to bring Cody up. And Cena actually has to put Cody back down. And then the Rock whips Cody a couple times with the belt. And before that, Travis Scott, he punches Cody right in the fucking face. He doesn't even know what he's doing. Like, oh my God, the guy's smoking marijuana in the ring. Oh, this guy's a fucking joke. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to try to let Travis Scott ruin one of the greatest heel turns of all time. One of the greatest heel turns in WWE history, something that's reminiscent of the infamous Hulk Hogan heel turn from the Bash in the Beach at 1996 when he joined with the NWO. Leading to one of the biggest wrestling booms of all time. Probably actually the biggest wrestling boom ever. And, certainly the biggest success for a company outside of WWE in the United States in modern history. At least since the territories folded. WWE's money is guaranteed. So I wouldn't say it's as big of a gamble as Hogan when they did it, but WWE set. This is John Cena's last year anyway. He's barely ever around. He, at best, the last year he'd appear once or twice a year and lose. So it's not the same as if they would do this in like 2007 or from 07 to 2011, 2012-ish. That's when Cena was really on top. Actually, probably up to 2015. If they did it around that time, it would have been more shocking. But now it actually is something that they really could do. Their money's guaranteed. Cena's not really the top guy anymore. He's never around. He's just a part-timer. So it's different when they do it now. But had they done it back then, it would have been even more effective. But now it was still awesome. It was still a great moment. They did it. They turned John Cena's heel. It was like the white whale wrestling fans were always chasing. They would never get. But they got it. In some ways, it almost reminded me of the Undertaker streak ending. Because it's something that you never think would ever happen. And it actually did. They had the balls to do it. Good for WWE. John Cena is a heel. It's not necessarily much with their business. It's just like, there's a lot of fans who are young kids who are going to be upset. There's the Make-A-Wish thing. That's the thing. And they were showing a video of John Cena making all these, he's granting all these Make-A-Wish wishes before the show starts. I'm thinking to myself, I don't know. Do you really want to turn this guy heel? I don't think it would matter too much. Everyone knows it's, it's fake. It's just wrestling. But there's going to be some of that. A lot of people are going to be sad. I'm sure a lot of kids had their hearts broken tonight. But it is what it is. We're getting heel John Cena against babyface Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, the main event of WrestleMania 41. Hopefully we get John Cena on TV more often, and we'll see what heel Cena is, what he can do. I'm sure it's going to be very entertaining, and I'm definitely looking forward to WrestleMania. They finally did it. On the road to WrestleMania 41, the WWE finally pulled the trigger and turned John Cena heel.